Hello and welcome back once again, fellow vinyl aficionados. Joe from Racer Records here with you for a response to a thread put out there by Jack from the Vinyl Martini. It's his push to 600 subscribers. And as I film this, I think he's over already, but that's okay. That was the point. We were supposed to get him over 600. So we'll just continue on. Let's get him to 7. The push to 700. There you go, Jack. So what the deal is we are supposed to, and you know what, I don't know why I explain this, because I think everybody watching mine has probably already watched Jack's and knows. But anyway, in case you don't, and there will be a link to Jack's channel where links go, Jack wants us to give a shout out to a channel that could use a shout out and then talk about a band's discography. So I'm going to do both. That's because there's 2 parts to it. That's why I'm going to do both. Really, Joe? Wow. Good job, buddy. But I'm going to cheat a little bit on the first one, and Jack, I hope you don't mind, because there's a few people that I need to give a shout out to, and there's actually a lot of people that I need to. So I don't want to miss anybody specifically. However, I do have a couple of challenges threads out there right now, and there's a couple people that have had some responses in the last little bit. So that's going to be my shout outs, because there are also channels that could use a shout out, and that is now the 87th time that I have said the words, shout out, word, in this video. Last time, shout out. Okay, so I hope I don't forget anybody. But my hometown challenge, show me 10 bands from your state, province, city, country, whatever you like. Not country, that's pretty wide. But, try and narrow it down a little bit. Show me 10. Chris from Late Night Dead Wax and his lovely daughter Kennedy, her first time on camera, and she did a great job. There's even a little bit of an outtake at the end. Make sure you stay tuned all the way through. They showed us some stuff from Pennsylvania. Had his Pittsburgh Penguins jersey on. And some good stuff, and there are some pretty awesome bands coming out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and the surrounding area, right? So there you go. So check that one out. As well, Peter from Music is a Journey. Peter, I haven't watched it yet, to be totally honest. I will after I record this and edit this, so it will be later today, but I didn't want to not get you into the thank yous. So Peter from A Musical Journey, and again, links to all these folks will be where links to all the folks go. All right, and then the Roy G. Biv Challenge, which is red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet, the colors of the rainbow. There's a few that have done it a while ago, and there's a few new ones, and that is Jenny from B-Sides. Jenny and her lovely husband do some great stuff. Make sure you check them out. They've got a good one going on. Show your banner that you made for a concert. Check that out. That's on their channel. And again, links to all of these will be up there. David from the Garage Geek also jumped on the Roy G. Biv thread, and as did Steve from the Ralstonians Music Lounge. Thanks, Steve. Glad to see you back and doing stuff. All right. And last but not least, a gentleman that gave me a very nice shout out and said some very nice things. So I will do the same about Todd the Mod. There you go, Todd. Good stuff, great stuff. Has a new series coming out that I want everybody to check out. So there you go. Links to all those folks will be where links to all those folks go. Okay, Jack, so here we go. Hopefully that was okay. I think it'll be okay. As well, Jack doing an awesome thing. He is giving $100 away to the charity of your choice if you are drawn to be the winner from this one. So that's awesome. I'll just put it out right now. It's going to be for animals, if I happen to be drawn. Okay, so my band's discography, a little band out of Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada, which I'm out of Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada. I'm just not that little anymore. I used to be skinnier, but then I retired and I put on a bunch of weight. Holy crap, Joe, you're rambling. Wouldn't be the same if I didn't, right? Anyway, the band is Streetheart, and this is their very first one. This one goes back to 1978. Good stuff, really good. Everybody was from Regina, for the most part, or surrounding, or they ended up here. Kenny Shields, Nokomis, Saskatchewan, and some of the other guys, again, were kind of surrounding area, but Streetheart, really, really great band out of Regina. Just good classic rock. That's what they are. Look, there's the boys on the back. There's my notes, because my notes also lead me to a couple of the guys from Streetheart went on to be in some other bands. permanently, as well as some other bands where they recorded on the album. So I'm going to do that quick, and then we'll get right back to Streetheart. But also in Streetheart was, I guess I only said Kenny, but there was a few. Anyway, Paul Dean and Matt Furnett were both on this album in Streetheart. They went on to form Loverboy, along with some other guys, and we'll show you a couple of Loverboy ones quick. This is all going to be Canadian, by the way. And then also on this album, and he was in Streetheart, I think, for the duration, was Spider, great bass player, Spider Minivy. And I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. Spider, if you're watching, if I got it wrong, sorry, man. Anyway, so there it is. #1 album from Streetheart, really, really good. What was the big hit on here? I guess Action, which is a cover song. They were a little bit into some covers for a while, and then they came up with some originals. Well, there's lots of originals on here too, but they had some hits with some cover songs. Anyway, that's a lot of rambling on the first album. We're only on album #1, but that's okay. I was gonna do Kiss, which would have been 20 albums. 13 live and 14 complete. Anyway, I'm just screwing around. Streetheart is where we're going. Okay, so real quick, as I mentioned, a couple of guys from Streetheart on that album anyway. Matt was with them for the duration, but Paul Dean of Loverboy was also in Streetheart at that point. So there's a couple of Loverboy albums you'll maybe be familiar with. And then Spider did a lot of different stuff, but a couple of albums I pulled out that he was specifically on was, and I showed this recently. No, I didn't actually. It was a different Tom Cochrane and Red Rider that I showed, but he was on this album, Spider from Streetheart, and he also was with Lee Aaron, great Canadian rock and roller. Done some good blues stuff and some jazz as well later in her career, but back out on the road getting her done. Sounding fantastic as well. But anyway, so Spider also played on this Lee Aaron album. Okay, let's move on. Next up is Under Heaven, Over Hell. This one goes back to 1979 for Streetheart. And yeah, just fantastic. And this one, let's show you on the back. So there's Kenny, there's Spider, there's Matthew that I was talking about. And then as well, there is Daryl, keyboard player, and John. There's John. All right, so that's Streetheart on this album. They changed a lot. Matt and Spider and Kenny were around. Actually, you know what? Daryl was around a lot too. Anyway, digressing. Under Heaven, Over Hell. Big stuff on here. Yeah, Hollywood, which was very, very good. And yeah, other good stuff. Anyway, Under Heaven, Over Hell by Streetheart. Up next was Quicksand Shoes. This was from 1980. The band stayed fairly consistent through this one. Not their best album, but I like it. I like all their stuff, obviously, but really decent. But again, not their best. Their best, for me anyway, is yet to come. And it's not this one either, but again, another decent one. And this had Drugstore Dancer and Teenage Rage on it. It was very good. And this, of course, is Drugstore Dancer, the album by Streetheart. And it was a capital reissue, specifically for those Discog fans. Search SN 66168. There you go. Drugstore Dancer from Streetheart. Out of Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada. Out of the mean streets of Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada. Okay, so I mentioned my favorite. Again, love them all, but this is my favorite. This is the self-titled from 1982. Big street on the heart. Big heart on the street. You know what I mean. No edits. Anyway, good stuff. Miss Plaza Suites on here. Matt, basically, this for me is like, this could have been the greatest hits from the Vinyl Tag 2024. Very, very good album. I have listened to it many a time, and I really enjoy it. And this is Streetheart self-titled because, look, there's a street, there's a heart. All right, we're getting there. A couple more to go. Drugstore Dancer was a couple ago. This happens to be Dancing with Danger, and this belonged to Gary. Yeah, and I tried to pull it off, but I couldn't. I'm not sure. I don't know why I didn't have this one originally myself, but this is one that I had to pick up. But anyway, it belonged to Gary. So Gary, if you're out there, thanks, buddy. I don't think you are. Coming True, kind of a hit on here. What else? Anyway, Too Hot to Stop. There you go. That's a good one. Anyway, It is Dancing with Danger. And look, there's a dude. He's dancing on a knife blade. Now, what would have been a little more dangerous if they would not have had their gloves on. And then you have to trust me. In behind Keith, Mick, and Ron, there are CDs. And their last album is in there. It is. I just don't have it on vinyl. But it is in there. Buried Treasure. It was from 1984. It's on CD and it's in there. Trust me, I have it. I'm just not going to show it to you. But I will show you this one, which is Live After Dark. So this was a great compilation. If you are not interested in purchasing the whole discography, you can't go wrong with this one because it's done pretty well. And it's from 1982. Cheat notes. Actually, it's from 1983. The last one was from 1982. I'm old. I am from 1965, so you have to bear with me. I need a couple of cheat notes every once in a while. So originally, this was for sale for $10.99. It's close. It's more like a $20 album now. But there you go. If you want a good way to kind of get the best of Street Art, you can't go wrong with Live After Dark. Yeah. All right. And I think, yeah, I got one more. So they had a very big hit with a minimal hit for a little band out of England called the Rolling Stones, and it was Under My Thumb. So this is old. This is back to when is this? This is back to 1979. Anyway, Under My Thumb. This is just the 12-inch from back in the day, and this is Daryl's on here, Matthew Fournette is on here as well, Spider's on here, Kenny's on here, and John's on here. So back to 79, a little Street Heart, and Under My Thumb, just a little 12-inch that they did. Again, you have to trust me. The one other one is tucked away where the CDs go. I do have a few over there because a buddy of mine gave me some. So there you go, sir. Jack from the Vinyl Martini, and Jack's page and his original thread video, yeah, you know what I mean, is going to be where links to that stuff go. So congrats on 600, my friend. I appreciate it. I really enjoy watching your channel. Just a nice smooth delivery and always a pleasure to watch. So thank you for that. I hope everybody enjoyed this one. Again, thanks to those that have jumped on some of the threads that I started. And yeah, make sure you check out Jack and the Vinyl Martini. And if you haven't subscribed, do, because we're going to get him to 700 now. All right? And also check out Street Art. Really good stuff. There's Jack's channel back there. Did I mention that? I think I mentioned that. All right, everybody. Have a great day.